जमुना तीरा वनचारी, जमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन, जमुना तीरा वनचारी, जमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे, जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय, जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा, जय गुरुदेवा, निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामो राम रामो हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So welcome all of you all to our Harinama Chintamani class. So we are is it okay now? So we are doing the last section of this 8th chapter. We were supposed to complete it last week only, but there was some internet issue. So we'll continue from where we stopped. So this is page 162, verse number 26. So this section is called Nam Chinmaya Tahahate Artavad Haite Parena. The holy name is spiritual. Descriptions of his glories are not exaggerations. So the holy name of Krishna is spiritual, and there is no exaggeration in the glories of the holy name. नाम सही आत्मरति निजे उपस्थित साधना काले ते साध्य वस्तुर विहित. The holy name includes self-realization. Name se atmarati nije upasthita. That means by chanting the holy names, one will definitely achieve self-realization. And this is actually the constitutional position of the living entity. Jivera Swarup Hoi Krishna Nityadas. They are all servants of Krishna. That is the constitutional position. Mukti Hitva Anyata Rupam Swarupena Vyavasthiti. So Mukti means to be situated in our constitutional position. And what is our constitutional position? We are servants of Krishna. And while chanting Hare Krishna, what is our prayer? We are praying to Krishna, O Radharani, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. So by chanting the holy name, self-realization is included. And it is both the practice and the goal. Sadhana kalete sadhya vastura vihita. So it is both the goal and the practice. Karmera charama phala nama rasahaya sadhu rupe anustita karmete nishtaya. The real success of a saintly person's karma, when performed without material motivation, is attraction for chanting the holy name of the Lord. That means whether we are even following our karma, all our duties, the perfection is to chant Hare Krishna. Dharma swanastata pumsan vikshvakshenu katasuya notpada yadiratim shrama eva hi kevalam. If we are following all our karma, all our duties, but we are not developing attraction to the holy name, then everything is a waste. So the purpose of Varnashram, Atal Pumbe Dvija Shrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasha Swanustatasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritoshnam. The purpose of all karma, the purpose of all jnana is to achieve attraction to the holy name. Ataeva Choda Loka Brahmiya Brahmana Eifala Nahi Pana Nama Taha Hana. Even if a Brahmana wanders in 14 planets, he will not find results anywhere in the entire universe which are easily obtained by chanting the holy names. So this is not an exaggeration. Even if we go around in the 14 planets, we will not find greater result than chanting Hare Krishna. This is the greatest result one can obtain. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his bhajan he explains, Nama bina kichu nahi ko aar chauda bhuvana maje. Other than the holy name, there is nothing in the 14 planetary systems. Nama phala सर्वोपरि अवश्य हईबे कर्मी ज्ञानी हिंसा करी नामे की करीबे. The holy name is the highest of all attainments. How can the karmis and jnanis diminish the glories of the holy name by their forceful statements? So the highest attainment is chanting Hare Krishna. So the opportunity that we are getting to chant Hare Krishna in ISKCON, chanting of Hare Krishna is so abundant. Before the start of a program, at the end of the class, uh, you know, practically throughout the day, we just keep chanting Hare Krishna, whatever the occasion is. So sometimes, because we have so much access to Hare Krishna, we may not understand the value of it. Familiarity breeds contempt. But here, by reading the scriptures, we understand that this is the greatest attainment. Nama phala sarvopari avashya haibe. There is nothing greater than chanting Hare Krishna. So, the Karmis and Jnanis, they try to diminish the glories of the holy name, but actually it is not possible. So the next section he explains, Nama bhase sarva karma o brahma jnanera phala haibe take. By Nama bhas, the dim light of the holy name, one attains all the benefits attained by karma and by knowledge of Brahman. So not by pure chanting, not by Shuddhanam. What he's saying here, just by Nama bhas, even the shadow, even the reflection of the holy name is enough to attain all benefits that is obtained by karma and jnana. That means what to speak of Shuddhanam, even the reflection, even Namabha stage, that is one stage lesser than Shuddhanam, that stage is enough to attain all the benefits done by all karma and all jnana. Sarva karma phala namabhase labdha haya, sarva jnana phala namabhase te milaya. By Namabhas, one attains all results of karma. By Namabhas, one meets all results attained by jnana. So we discussed this topic about Namabhas previously in the previous chapters. So Namabhas means reflection of the holy name or shadow of the holy name. So just this chanting is enough to attain all perfection. So here Haridas Thakur is explaining that what to speak of pure chanting, even the shadow of chanting is enough to attain all the results obtained by karma and jnana. In fact, Haridas Thakur, one time he goes to the house of Raghunath Das Goswami, the father and uncle of Raghunath Das Goswami, Hiranya and Govardhan Majumdar, arrange a class for Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur goes to this place and is giving this class, the discourse on the holy name, and he explains the same point, that even the shadow of the holy name is enough to attain liberation, mukti. Mukti, which the Jnanis are mad after, is obtained by the shadow of the holy name. So there was one particular Brahmana there called Gopal Chakravarti. He gets so angry. He's telling Haridas Thakur, you are the path of Jnana, you are condemning it. Obtaining mukti is so difficult, you are saying it can be obtained just by the reflection of chanting. And then he tells Haridas, if what you are saying is true, if it is false, then your nose, I will cut off your nose. Gopal Chakravarti is saying this. But actually what happens in due course, Gopal Chakravarti, he himself meets leprosy and his nose melts away. That means Haridas Thakur had this firm faith that the results obtained by karma and jnana, much more than that can be obtained just by chanting Hare Krishna. Abhase milila yadi eta uccha phala nama vastu tatodhika pradane prabala. By Namabhas, one attains a greater result. The holy name has the power to give a result greater than what karma and jnana can give. Abhase milila yadi eta uccha phala nama vastu tatodhika pradane prabala. So it can give greater result than jnana and karma. So there is a footnote here. By Namabhas, one attains a result better than the results obtained by karma and jnana. By Namabhas, one attains a direct perception of the holy name. That result is much better than anything brought by karma or jnana. Who can doubt it? So if you perform karma perfectly, what will you get? Maximum you will attain heavenly planet. But once you attain heavenly planet, after some time, there is fall down again. Shine punya martya lokam vishanti. You fall down back to the earthly realm. And by jnana, without bhakti, you may attain liberation, sayuja mukti, but that also doesn't touch the soul. It doesn't give the actual experience of bliss. So here he says, by Namabhas, the shadow of the holy name, one can get a result greater than what karma and jnana can give. Ateva Shastra Yata Nama Phala Gaya Shuddha Namashrita Jana Nishchaya Tapaya. Therefore, the scriptures sing the glories of the benefits given by the holy name. Ateva Shastre Yata Nama Phala Gaya. So, all the Shastras, therefore, keep speaking about the holy names of Krishna. So all the scriptures speak this, whether it is the Gita, the Bhagavatam, whatever the scriptures, they sing the glories of the holy name. They who purely take shelter of the holy name attain these benefits without doubt. Shuddha Namashrita Jana Nishchaya Tapaya. Nishchaya means without doubt. Haridas Thakur is giving this assurance that anyone who takes shelter of the holy names very purely through the process of Shuddha Bhakti, one can attain all the benefits. One can attain all the benefits even greater than jnana and karma. So therefore, the definition of bhakti Rupa Goswami gives us is Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhakti Uttamam. Bhakti means without any tinge of jnana and karma. So this is called Shuddha Bhakti. So what we are given access to in ISKCON and the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara is Shuddha Bhakti, pure chanting of the holy name. Name phale yahar sandeh tahara mangala nai. Persons who doubt the benefits attained from the holy name do not attain auspiciousness. So if anyone has any doubts in this, one will not obtain mangalta. Shubh, Shubhada will not be experienced by such a person. So if you want to experience auspiciousness, one should not doubt. One should have nishchaya. One should have firm faith in the glories of the holy name. Ihate sandeha yara se adama jana nama aparade tara avashya patana. They who doubt the glories of the holy names are the lowest of men. So one who doubts this, just like I told you the story, when Haridas Thakur went to the house of Raghunath Das Goswami, the parents of Raghunath Das Goswami invited Haridas Thakur to give a lecture. So there was one particular Brahmana who doubted what Haridas Thakur was speaking. He was thinking that Haridas Thakur is exaggerating too much the glories of the holy name. It's actually not so. But what happened to him? He fell down from his position. So therefore it says here, Nama Aparade Tara Avashya Patana. By that offense, if anyone doubts the chanting of the holy name or the glories of the holy name, such a person will fall down. That is certain. So just like Haridas Thakur says here, anyone who takes shelter of the pure holy name, he will attain all the benefits. He will attain Krishna Prem for certain, without any doubt. And anyone who doubts the glories of the holy name, he will fall down without any doubt. Certainly, such a person will fall down. Vede Ramayane ar Bharate Purane Adi Ante Madhye Harinamere Bhakane. In the Vedas, Ramayana and Puranas, Mahabharata and Puranas, in the beginning, middle, end, the glories of the holy name are described. So this is just not ISKCON saying, if you actually go to read all the scriptures, whether it is the Gita, whether it is the Vedas, whether it is Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puran, you will find everywhere the glories of the holy name. Throughout, if you open Bhagavatam, you'll find in so many cantos glories of the holy name being explained. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells in so many verses, Satatam kirtayanto mam, yatantashta dridavrita. So Krishna is describing who is a Mahatma. A Mahatma is one who is constantly chanting the names of God. So these things are mentioned in the scriptures very clearly. So this is the essence of all scriptures. Nama phale shruti vakya anadi nischala taha arthavad kalpanara kiva phala. The words of the Shruti Shastra that have no beginning or end describe the benefits attained from the holy name. How can those benefits be exaggerations or imaginations? So all the scriptures, Shruti Shastra, they are all explaining the glories of the holy name. Nama Phala Shruti Vakya Anadi Nischala. Which have no beginning, no end. Just like the glories of the Lord have no end, the glories of the chanting have no end. And so many benefits are being described. So how can all this be imagination? How can the realization of Shukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, Narad Muni, All these great personalities, everything is imagination. How can it be possible? That means the person who's imagining these things, his imagination is actually fantasy. But what is mentioned in the scriptures is perfect. The holy name's power is limitlessly greater than that of karma or jnana. So this is the faith we should have. This is called faith in pure bhakti, shuddha bhakti. What is that faith? Karma jnanera shakti apeksha nama ananta guni shakti ache. So more powerful than karma jnana is chanting. And how much more powerful? Limitlessly powerful. Ananta guna, not 10 times powerful than karma jnana. Chanting of the holy name is just not 10 times powerful, 20 times powerful, 1000 times powerful. It is unlimitedly powerful. There is no comparison only. You can't compare chanting of the holy names to some karma kand ritual or to some jnana kand. There is no comparison at all. नाम नामी एक नामे दिया सर्व शक्ति सर्वोपरि करियाच तव नाम शक्ति. The holy name and the person to whom the holy name refers are one. Nama nami eka name diya sarva shakti. So we know this principle. Nama namino abhinnatvam. The name and the named. So that means the name of Krishna and Krishna are non-different. They are the same. So this is called omnipotent. So because the name of Krishna is connected to Krishna, it is as powerful as Krishna. And then he says, Diya Sarva Shakti, Sarvo Pari Kariyacha Tava Nama Shakti. O Lord, you have placed all your powers in the holy name and you have placed your holy name above all other devotional activities. It is very important. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the Shikshashtakam, my dear Lord, you have placed all your powers. So, Haridas Thakur will explain, in Karma Kand, through the process of karma, you get some power, you get some result because the Lord has placed some little power in Karma Kand. Some of his Shakti is there. And some of his Shakti is there in Jnana. But all the Shakti is there in the Naam. Understanding the difference? Naam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. What is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying? The holy name doesn't have one or two energies, Shakti of Krishna. All the Shakti of Krishna, Krishna has put on the holy name. And Haridas Thakur is confirming the same thing. Oh Lord, Haridas Thakur is telling Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, you have placed all your powers in the holy name and you have placed your holy name above all other devotional activities. Sarvopari Kariyacha Tava Nama Shakti. So we have many devotional activities, Navvidha Bhakti, in the nectar of devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami gives 64 limbs of Bhakti. But one of the most important limbs is chanting. The chanting of the holy name is all pervading. In fact, Rupa Goswami mentions 5 very powerful devotional services or limbs of devotional service. One is Nam Sankirtan, chanting the holy name. Second is Bhagavad Shravan, hearing about Bhagavatam. Third is Vaishnav Seva, serving Vaishnavas. Fourth is Mathura Vas, going to holy places. And fifth is Shri Vigraha Seva, serving the deities. But in all 5, the holy name is there. So one of the limb itself is chanting the holy name. Now the second limb is Bhagavad Shravan. So when you listen to Bhagavatam, what does the Bhagavatam say? The Bhagavatam is glorifying the holy name. So the holy name of Krishna is there throughout Bhagavatam. Now if you worship deities, Shri Vigraha Seva, while doing deity worship, you have to chant Krishna's names only. Without that, deity worship is not complete. Correct? And when you go to Mathura Vas, when you go to holy places, what do you do in holy places? You chant Hare Krishna. You go there to get inspired to chant Hare Krishna. Right? So whatever the limit, and if you do Vaishnav Seva, what will the Vaishnavas tell you? The Vaishnavas will tell you, chant Hare Krishna. So in this way, so he's saying the holy name is above all other devotional activities. It is one of the most important devotional limbs. Tumita swatantra tattva sarva shaktiman tumara ichaya yata vidira vidhan. O Lord, you are supremely independent. Tumita swatantra. O Lord, you are independent. You are the master of all potencies. Tumita sarva swatantra tattva sarva shaktiman. You are the master of all potencies. By your desire, all the rules have come into force. Tumhare ichayata vidira vidhan. So the Lord is completely independent and He's put all the rules in place according to His desire. And what is the desire of the Lord? How has He put all these rules in place? Karma ke kare cha jada ar brahma jnane diya cha nirvana shakti swatantra vidane. So now the Lord He's supremely independent. What does supremely independent mean? You can't question Krishna. You can't question. Now, if you say, why is Krishna only blue in color? I mean, how do you question? He's independent. Why does Krishna only wear peacock feather in his head? Whatever he wants, he will do. He's supremely independent. Swatantra. So the Lord, how he has decided to place his energies, you have placed material result in karma. Karma ke karecha jada are brahma jnani. So in karma or in karma kand, what has the Lord placed? He's placed material benefit, material result. Jada means material benefit. So the Lord has placed material shakti, material result in karma kand. And what is placed in jnana? You have placed your nirvana shakti in jnana. So if someone takes to the process of jnana, what one will get? Nirvana shakti. Nirvana means impersonal liberation, sayujya mukti. Supremely independent, you have done this. So the Lord has decided nirvana shakti will be placed in jnana, right? And then he's decided that material benefit will be placed in karma. And then what the Lord does? Ichamaya tumi Prabhu swiya namakshare arpiya cha sabha shakti ar ki kare. O Lord, whose every desire is at once fulfilled, you have placed all your potencies in your holy name. So understanding this point? So the Lord has placed only material benefit in karma. He's placed impersonal liberation shakti, nirvana shakti in jnana. But what he has done? He's placed all his energies. Ichamaya tumi Prabhu swiya namakshare arpiyacha sabha shakti ar ki kare. He's placed all his energies in the holy name. What more is left to be placed in your holy name? So there is nothing left. Krishna has placed all his energy in the holy name. So that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is making this point. Compared to the holy name, karma and jnana are nothing. The power of the holy name is limitless compared to the power of karma and jnana. Ataev. So the conclusion is Ataev tava nama sarva shaktiman name artavada nahi karibe vidwan. What is the conclusion? Ataev tava nama sarva shaktiman. Your holy name possesses all powers. So the holy name possesses all powers. The Lord has invested all his powers. So who is a wise man? Hence a wise man cannot say that the glories of your holy name are imagination. So if someone is wise, vidwan, name artavada nahi karibe vidwan. So one who is actually wise will not think that the holy name, glories of the holy name is exaggeration. He will understand properly why it is explained like this, why it is said that the glories of the holy name are unlimited. So now the question is, 1 minute, there's a footnote here. O Lord, you are the independent supreme person of Godhead, whose every desire is at once fulfilled. You have placed all your potencies in your holy name. How can anyone argue with your decision? So this is a very important point. That is why Haridas Thakur in the beginning is saying the Lord is supremely independent, swatantra. That means you cannot argue with Krishna. You cannot say, Krishna, why is this happening to me? I mean, you can't question. You have to just accept whatever the Lord's plan is. And this is a sign of a great devotee. He is ready to accept Lord's plan. No question of argument. Just accept. So the Lord has decided to place all his energy in the holy name. So you may say, why the Lord has done this? Why doesn't he place all his energy in karma, all his energy in jnana? Don't question. You can't argue. Krishna has decided, that's it. We have to just accept. So now, if someone has done this offense, what is this offense? If someone has interpreted the holy name, or if someone considers the glories of the holy name to be an exaggeration or an imagination, if someone has done this offense, what is the remedy for such a person? So, tad aparader pratikar, the remedy for this offense. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, quoting Haridas Thakur, is very systematically explaining each of the offense. And not only that, he explains if someone has done that offense, what is the remedy. So he's ending every chapter with a hope. So even if we have done this offense, our case is not completely hopeless if we can rectify the offense. Name arthavada aparad ghate yadi dante tnadari yai vaishnave samsadi. If one commits the offense of thinking the glories of the holy name imagination, one should, placing a blade of grass between his teeth, enter an assembly of Vaishnavas. So if one commits this offense of arthavada, name arthavada aparadha, one interprets the holy name or considers the glory of the holy name to be an imagination, what one should do? Dante trinadari ai Vaishnava samsadi. One should hold a blade of grass between his teeth. That means in a very humble mood, one should enter an assembly of Vaishnavas. One should confess. So the idea of confession is not a Christian idea. The idea of confession is there in our own scriptures, right? So you come and confess in front of an assembly of Vaishnavas. Assembly of Vaishnavas means an assembly of Vaishnavas who discuss topic about Krishna. So what does an assembly of Vaishnavas mean? It's not that Vaishnavas assemble together and they are watching IPL, right? So what it means is Vaishnavas come together to discuss Krishna Katha, right? So that is assembly of Vaishnavas. So where discussion of Krishna is going on in the assembly of Vaishnavas, you come in that assembly and present yourself. Aparad janiya Vaishnava charane shama magi katuki kariya ruju mane. Staying at the Vaishnava's feet, one should explain his offense. So this is confession, right? So if you have done a particular offense, come very sincerely in front of the Vaishnava assembly and confess, explain that you have done this offense unknowingly, due to foolishness or due to arrogance, or due to lack of scriptural knowledge. I have done this offense. With a sincere heart and with plaintive words, one should beg forgiveness. So this one should have a very sincere heart. Shama magi katuki kariya ruju mane. With a very sincere heart and with very sincere feeling words, one should beg forgiveness. Namera mahima gyata bhagavat jana shama kari kripa kari dibe alingana. Then the devotees who know very well the glories of the holy name will forgive the offender and mercifully embrace him. So practically for most of the offense, the remedy is almost very similar. That you go in front of the Vaishnavas, confess, ask forgiveness and seek their mercy. So you see how even in chanting Hare Krishna, the Vaishnavas are so much connected. So we have done offense to the names of Krishna, but the remedy for that comes in the assembly of Vaishnavas. So Krishna has so much trust in the assembly of Vaishnavas. He is given the authority to forgive such kind of devotees to the Vaishnavas only. He doesn't say you come to the temple of the Lord and ask forgiveness. Come before the deity and ask forgiveness. It's not mentioned like that. The mention is one should come in the assembly of Vaishnavas. And because the Vaishnavas are very forgiving, they are very merciful, they will forgive such a person and mercifully embrace him. Name arthavada ara kalpana manana kabu nahi habe chitte maya vidambana. Therefore, one should never commit the offense of thinking the glories of the holy name imagination or of giving an imaginary interpretation of the holy name. That offense is Maya's trick. So one should never commit this offense of thinking the glories of the holy name to be imagination. Name artavad are kalpana manana. One is to give another interpretation, a wrong interpretation, a wrong meaning, or to think the glories of the holy name to be an imagination. Kalpana manana, it is all imagination. ये हवा में बता रहे, ये सब सत्य नहीं होता. सिर्फ लोगों को आकर्षित करने के लिए इस्कॉन वाले ये सब बता रहे हैं. It's not like that. This is actually a fact. So if someone commits this offense, Maya Vidambana, it is all Maya's trick. So there's a footnote here. Persons who have no faith in the holy name commit the offense of thinking the glories of the holy name imagination. They are cheated and tricked by Maya. So who commits this offense? Generally those who don't have faith in the holy name. So therefore we are supposed to cultivate faith in the holy name, and we are supposed to help others develop faith in the holy name. This is the purpose of this Vaishnava assembly. Now, we should increase our own faith, the level of our faith, and we should help others increase their level of faith. And how do you increase level of faith? By proper education only. Therefore, to read these books, to read the science of the holy name, to have proper understanding of Sambandha Gyan is very important. Only when we have proper philosophical, scriptural understanding, our faith will increase. So this is just not sentimental faith. Here faith means faith based on Shastra. That is why Haridas Thakur is very systematically explaining each of the offense, very systematically quoting various scriptures. So until we go through all the scriptures properly, our faith will be very sentimental. It will not be like a very strong faith. So therefore, we should cultivate this faith, and we should help others also cultivate this faith. And how do we help others? By explaining to them whatever we learn here, we are supposed to share it with others. Arthavad kari saha haile sambhasana chele janavi jale karibe majjana. If one somehow converses with a person who thinks the glories of the holy name are imagination, one should jump at once in Ganga with all his clothes. So if you actually meet a person who starts to criticize the holy name or starts to tell that the glories of the holy name are imagination, so what you should do? So here the remedy is one should at once jump into Ganga, not even waiting to remove one's clothes. With clothes, one should jump. So in fact, there is a pastime in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. Lord Chaitanya, one time he meets one particular sannyasi, and this sannyasi, he is a sannyasi, but then he has some relation with women, different kind of guy. Lord Chaitanya, as soon as he sees this sannyasi, he jumps into the Ganga along with his clothes. So this is one of the rectification of the offense. So for all of us, Ganga may be very far, but then the principle is this. And here Ganga is called Janavi Jale. One of the name of Ganga is Janavi. So on coming Sunday is the day called Janu Saptami. So one of the name of Ganga is Janavi. And how she gets this name? Because one time Janu Rishi, he drinks the Ganga water. As Bhagirath is bringing Ganga, he drinks this Ganga water, and from his ears Ganga comes out. So therefore, one of the name of Ganga is Jahnavi. She is considered to be the daughter of Jahnu Muni. So there's a footnote here. If it is not right to even look at a face of a person who thinks the holy name's glories are imagination. That means if you find someone who's criticizing the holy name, you should not even look at such a person. Even looking at such a person is sinful. If one somehow converses with such a person, one should still wearing his clothes, bathe in the Ganga. This is the right thing to do. So first is you should not even look at such a guy who criticizes the holy name. In fact, there is a very instructive pastime when Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 marketplaces. We all know the story. Haridas Thakur was being told by the Qazi and the Mulukpati to stop chanting Hare Krishna. Haridas Thakur said, whatever happens, even if you cut my body into thousands of pieces, I will not stop chanting. So they decided to beat him in 22 marketplaces. So after Haridas was beaten in 22 marketplaces, you know what is Haridas Thakur's realization? He tells the devotees, actually, I heard someone criticize the holy name. And because I heard someone criticize the holy name, I have got this punishment. So this is what Haridas Thakur is teaching. That means even if you hear someone criticizing the holy name, it's so sinful. One should jump in the Ganga along with one's clothes. If Ganga is not nearby, one should still wearing his clothing, bathe in order in other pure water. So if Ganga is not there nearby, then find some other pure water, Mandavi or whatever. But the principle is get purified. If that is not possible, one should meditate on bathing. So Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they are so merciful, they are giving like systematic. Even if you can't do that, at least think about bathing. In your mind you can think about it. In this way, one will become purified. Krishna Priya Vamshi Kripa Bharasa Yahara Harinama Chintamani Tara Alankara. One who takes shelter of the mercy of Krishna's most beloved Srimati Radharani and his flute will be adorned by the glory of Harinam Chintamani. Krishna Priya. So if anyone takes shelter of Srimati Radharani, who is very dear to Krishna, or Krishna's flute, Bharasa Yahara. Bharasa means to take shelter or to have faith. So ultimately, we should develop this faith in chanting, in the association of devotees, the process of bhakti. Bharasa. So where is our faith invested in? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, if our faith is invested in the mercy of Srimati Radharani, in the mercy of Krishna, then one will be adored. One will be decorated, alankar. And what is that decoration? Harinama Chintamani Tara Alankar. So the greatest decoration is to chant Hare Krishna. So we don't need any other decoration. The decoration is to chant Hare Krishna and to be in this humble state of mind. This is the perfect decoration. So therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is calling this Harinam as Chintamani. So everyone wants jewel, People want to buy gold, jewels to decorate themselves. But best decoration is to chant Hare Krishna. So if we can decorate our mouth by chanting Hare Krishna, this is like the perfect decoration one can have. Iti Shri Harinama Chintamano Artha Vada Aparada Vicharo Nama Astama Paricheda. So in this way, this 8th chapter, which describes the, according to him, the 5th offense. Is it the 5th offense? I think it is the 5th offense. Arthavad, interpreting the holy name or considering the glories of the holy name to be imagination or exaggeration. This chapter ends over here. So the next chapter is Nama Bale Papa Buddhi, committing sin on the strength of the holy name. So that's also a very, very important chapter. So we'll do it 2 weeks later. I think so. The next 2 weeks we are on this Chardham Yatra. So the next week, all devotees can do a recap of this chapter. You all can present and do a recap. And then once we come back from the Chardham Yatra, we will continue the next chapter. Thank you very much. Anyone has any questions, any comments? Online, offline? No. Just bathing. No suicide. Jumping in Ganga means